Shalom. First off, I want to say all praise and glory to Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai. Double honors to the elder apostle of GMS for teaching us this truth. Peace and salutations to the elect out there that's pushing his word and sincerely in the truth. Yeah, man, it's the brother Taz Bashar coming with a lesson again. And the name of this lesson is gonna be Demon Alert. You know, another demon came to the camp, so it's gonna be called Demon Alert. Don't go into the ways of the Gentiles. Not yet. Question mark. Because that's a thing that this dude over here was blathering out of his mouth. And but it was actually beautiful because we had two Cape Verdean brothers over here who was completely new to this thing, man. You know, they didn't even know who Hebrew Israelites were and what the meaning of Israel was. So we was edifying them, and then of course Satan comes in the midst. You know, cracker worshipping as a dummy, trying to battle us. So yeah, I'm gonna play a part of this clip, and then he's gonna say something, and basically I'm gonna bring out scriptures concerning what he said that is basically nonsense what he's saying, you know, because during this teaching we went another direction, you know. So I'm gonna go into this direction and cut him on the words that he said. So check this out. I hope it's gonna, you know, y'all gonna be able to hear the things he say, but I'm gonna repeat them. So here it goes.
And as like the abundance of them unto a drop that falleth from a vessel. So the abundance of them.
See what this dude did?
The abundance of them unto a drop that falleth from a
So he's Satan himself, man. He's making a whole chaos over there in the camp with all this nonsense. And you know, if you check this out, you will see him, you know, jumping up for Esau the devil. So, and then he's smiling in the camera. You see, these guys are demons, man, set up only to cause destruction and to cause strife.
vessel. So the abundance of them, the multitude of them, they are like a drop that falleth out of the vessel. So let's say you wanna give water to your people. You have a big bucket. You walk with the big bucket to give water to your people, right? But one drop falls out. Are you gonna be like, shit, I fucked up? That one drop fell out. Or are you gonna think, hey, fuck the drop, man, I have a whole bucket. So the scripture says, the Most High looks at these other nations as a drop that falls out of the bucket. It's worth nothing. They are like spit. The only reason that these nations are here is to serve us in the future. Because the kingdom of Israel is going to be set up. Not the kingdom of every nation upon the planet Earth. 44.
Can I say something? That has never happened either, man. There's never been a kingdom that brought together, you know, like for everyone, man. Yeah, that's nonsense.
I just want to say one thing. Okay, if you guys are so real, because if I will give up my whole argument and I will later I will come and join you. If you guys can join us. No, listen. Listen.
You don't want that.
No.
I will never allow it.
Huh?
I will never allow
So you get to choose who you
Yes, actually, you get to choose.
Okay, no, it's cool.
You can start your own clique.
A click.
I mean,
a click.
this is a group.
Okay. Okay.
Tabernacle also.
Called by your most high God that you sold by yours, because not mine. Because that you.
So he said, I will lay down my whole argument and I'm gonna join y'all. If you call unto your God, and then the brother in the camp said, your God, and he said, yes, your God, because it's not mine. Okay. So he said, pray unto your God, not because it's not mine, and let him do a miracle for y'all right now, right here.
Do a miracle. Hey, a perverse nation asks for a miracle. You know that? No.
So when I brought out the scripture, when I was like, hey, you know, bring out the scripture that cuts it, he knew he fucked up. So he was like, no. You know,
He asked me like he asked for a miracle. No, no, let's follow on the Most High and ask for a miracle right now. Listen. No, give me that scripture. No, let me say because in Matthew chapter 10, Jesus said that what? Jesus sent out his disciples, right? And says, go unto those people, right? But don't go to the Gentiles, not yet.
Okay, and that's the thing where I want to build on. He said, go unto my people, but that Yahweh Shai said, don't go to the Gentiles, not yet. You know? So of course we cut the thing first that he was saying, like, pray to your God and ask for a miracle. So let's go into that real quick. You know, Matthew chapter 16 verse 4. A wicked and adulterous generation seeketh after a sign. You know, so they seek after a sign. You know, this generation of nowadays, they seek after a sign because they are not able to believe in Yahweh Bashim Yahushai through faith. This generation has this proverb which says, seeing is believing. So they want to see a sign, you know, and it's even that in the time of Yahushua it's even more perverse, because in that time Yahushua was doing miracles and they still didn't believe. But now, fast forward more than 2,000 years, you know, dudes like this demonic dude, he says, pray unto your God and I will lay down everything and I will come and join you if you can do a miracle. So the scriptures say, a wicked and adulterous generation seeketh after a sign, and there shall no sign be given unto it, but the sign of the prophet Jonas, and he left them and departed. You know, so no sign is going to be given unto them, man. You know, and what he was saying, like, he was saying, he was saying, like, yeah, what I mean is that y'all don't heal the sick, nor give sight unto the blind. But that's actually what we are doing through the spirit and power of Yahweh Bashim Yahushai. You know, because people that don't know who they are, people that don't see that they are Hebrew Israelites and that Yahweh Bashim Yahushai is going to come back for his people, they are blind. So when they receive the truth and they acknowledge the truth, their eyes are being opened. So that's healing the blind, you know. Raising up the dead. When Ezekiel came into the vision, and Yahweh said unto Ezekiel, like, see this valley full of dry bones, those people were dead, and the Most High said, prophesy unto them that breath may enter into them, so that they will come back to life with the sinews, the flesh, you know, that they will stand up upon their feet and come back to life. You know, so teaching this truth is healing the sick. Teaching this truth is curing the blind and the deaf. You know, by opening their eyes to this truth, they come back to life. But this dude was asking for a sign, so hey, we laughed at that, man, because basically he was giving us he was giving himself more rope to hang himself with. So I want to go into the point. What he said was that Yahushua said, go into the ways of the Gentiles, not yet. Okay, let's get it in. This is Matthew chapter 10 verse 5. These 12 Yahushua sent forth and commanded them, saying, go not into the ways of the Gentiles, and into any city of the Samaritans enter ye not, but go rather to the lost sheep of the house of Israel. So Yahushua said, don't go into the ways of the Gentiles. And he was speaking literally about these heathens, man. You know, don't go into the ways of the Gentiles, and into any city of the Samaritans enter ye not. He didn't say not yet. So he's, first and foremost, he's adding on to the scriptures, man. You know, he's adding on to the scriptures. Let me grab this scripture real quick. Proverbs 30. Proverbs chapter 30 verse 6. And thou add not, it's like add thou not unto his word, lest he reprove thee and thou be found a liar. So this dude is be found a liar, man, because we open the scripture right here and it does not say not yet. You know, it does not say not yet. Because then he was talking about, because Paul went into the ways of the Gentiles. But Yahushua said, but rather go to the lost sheep of the house of Israel. And that is what Paul was doing, man. Paul went into the ways of the Gentiles, and not to the heathens, the heathen nations. He went into the ways of the house of Israel, who were among the Gentiles. So that's what we're gonna bring out now through the spirit and power of Yahweh Hashem Yahushua. So yeah, of course, this first scripture to cut his whole nonsense is Acts chapter 13 verse 46. Then Paul and Barnabas waxed bold and said it was necessary that the word of the Most High should first have been spoken to you. And this you was speaking about the Israelites that were in Israel. So that was what it was about, man. First it had to be spoken unto the Jews that grew up in Israel, man. You know, the Israelites that grew up in Israel, and it was necessary. That's how it's supposed to go. It was necessary that the word of the Most High should first have been spoken to you, but seeing you put it from you. Why? Because they didn't accept Yahushua as the anointed, man. They didn't accept Yahushua as the Son of the Most High. So they was putting it from them. They didn't accept Yahushua. And judge yourself unworthy of everlasting life. Lo, we turn to the Gentiles. And this Gentiles is speaking, like Yahushua said, here, but go rather to the lost sheep of the house of Israel. So Yahushua said, go to the lost sheep of the house of Israel. So when they went into the ways of the Gentiles, they still went to the house of Israel, because our people were amongst those heathens, man. You know, our people was amongst them. So it was necessary that it was first preached unto you, speaking about the Israelites that grew up in Israel, but then they didn't accept Yahushua. You know, they didn't want to believe in Yahushua. They couldn't see that he was the Son of the Most High, man. You know, let me grab a scripture real quick. This is done. So Romans 9 and 31. Let me start with 31. Romans 9 and 31. But Israel, which followed after the law of righteousness, had not attained to the law of righteousness. Yeah, so those Israelites in Israel, they was teaching the law, but they didn't keep the law. You know, so they was rebuking you about keeping the law, but they didn't do it themselves. Wherefore, because they sought it not by faith, but as it were by the works of the law, for they stumbled at that stumbling stone. So who's that stumbling stone? That stumbling stone represents Yahushua, man. Yahushua is that cornerstone for the elect, you know, the foundation wherewith everything is going to be built upon. But for those Israelites, Yahushua was a stumbling stone. And you still see it up to this day, man, that Yahushua is a stumbling stone for many Israelites, man. And those are actually just those jakes back into the reincarnation, man. You know, those Old Testament junkies that don't believe in the Son of the Most High, that don't believe Yahushua is the Son of the Most High, man. You know, so that stumbling stone is still there for those guys that don't believe in him, man. So it says, as it is written, behold, I lay in Zion a stumbling stone and a rock of offense. Exactly, those Jakes was offended by him. Those Jakes was offended by Yahushai. And whosoever believeth on him shall not be ashamed. Exactly, so the real Israelites are not going to be ashamed of Yahushai. So they stumbled at Yahushai, and that's why it says, seeing Acts chapter 13 verse 46, then Paul and Barnabas waxed bold and said it was necessary that the word of the Most High should first be been spoken to you. So that happened. But they didn't accept Yahushai. But seeing ye put it from you, and judge yourselves unworthy of everlasting life, lo, we turn to the Gentiles. So they through their works, through their actions, and through their lack of faith, they counted themselves unworthy of everlasting life, man, because everlasting life comes through Yahushai. So going on, James chapter 1 verse 1. James, a servant of the Most High, and of the Lord Yahushai, to the 12 tribes which are scattered abroad, greeting. So the 12 tribes scattered abroad. So when it says, lo, we turn to the Gentiles, we turn to the what? 12 tribes which are scattered abroad. That's where they're turning to. And that's what Yahushai said. Yahushai was not saying, the Samaritans, you know. He was not talking about the heathens. He was talking about the house of Israel, which was among the heathens. Because we see it here. The 12 tribes of Israel is the house of Israel. So James, a servant of the Most High and of the Lord Yahushai, to the 12 tribes which are scattered abroad, greetings. You know, and that's where those people is what Paul was going through, man. He was going to the lost sheep of the house of Israel, which were scattered abroad, man. You know, this is Habakkuk chapter 1 and 5. Behold ye among the heathen, and regard and wonder marvelously. So, is this now all of a sudden spoken unto the heathen? No, it says, behold ye among the heathen. So you had Israelites that were among the heathen. Because that's the curse, man. That is one of the curses, that we would be scattered abroad, man. Behold ye among the heathen, and regard and wonder marvelously. For I will work a work in your days, which ye will not believe, though it be told to you. So, that work is being told in the highways and byways right now, man. You know, and we are still among the heathen, because there is no, you have some Israelites that are in Israel right now, but the majority of us is among the heathen right now. You know, and the men of the Lord are also among the heathen, teaching and telling the works which they don't believe, even though it's being told to them and taught. You know, the teachers in the highways and byways. Behold ye among the heathen. Just like how we are among the heathen right now, in those days you had Israelites among the heathen also. You know? And just like how someone that is being raised up, let's say someone is from Nigeria, but he has been raised up in Holland, when he goes back to Nigeria, or when he goes into Nigeria, they will call him a Dutch guy, even though his father and his mother is Nigerian. They call him my cousin from Holland. You know, for example, the cousin that is has been raised up in Nigeria, he's gonna say, "Hey, my cousin from Holland, my Dutch cousin." Even though he's not Dutch, he's still Nigerian, but he is in Holland. So that's why the people that were in Greece, the people that were in Rome, they were called Romans, Italians, Greeks, even though they were still Israelites, man. That's why, because they was among the heathen, you know. And why was we among the heathen? Deuteronomy chapter 32 and 26. I said I would scatter them into corners. I would make the remembrance of them to cease from among men. And that has happened clearly. If you look at this dude, the remembrance of those Israelites that were among the heathen is ceased from men, man. People don't believe that we are the Hebrew Israelites because that the Most High has ceased the remembrance of who the real Israelites are, you know. And up till this day, it's a mystery who the Gentiles are. For some, the mystery of the Gentiles, you know. That's why it's a mystery, because it's not being understood by certain people. So it says, I said I would scatter them into corners. I would make the remembrance of them to cease from among men. You know, that's why Paul went into the ways of the Gentiles. Paul went among the 12 tribes scattered abroad due to the curses of Yahweh, Ba'asham Yahushai. And they even said it, man. They even said unto whom they was going. Acts chapter 11 and 19. Now they which were scattered abroad upon the persecution that arose about Stephen traveled as far as Phoenice. So unto those that were scattered, the Israelites. And so they went as far as Phoenice and Cyprus and Antioch. Okay, now let's look up map Phoenice. If I wrote it down, Phoenice. Let's check out where Phoenice is. So to begin with, here we have Antioch. So Antioch was in, I believe this is Turkey. It's above Syria. I believe Turkey. This is where Turkey starts. So you have Antioch laying in Turkey. Then here you have Cyprus, which is the island of Greece, which lays beneath Turkey. So you have Antioch, Cyprus, which are already not in Israel. You see, here you have Cyprus. This is Turkey. So Antioch is right here. But in that day, of course, it was called Asia Minor. So that's not Israel, man. As far as Phoenice and Cyprus and Antioch, preaching the word to none but unto the Jews only. So when they went into these places, which were not in Israel, Phoenice, Cyprus, Antioch, Rome, what else, man? The churches, Asia Minor, Antioch, Colossae, what more, man? Tarsus, Laodicea. They was not in Israel, so they was already abroad. But like it says, preaching the word to none but unto the Jews only, because they went there for the Israelites, man. They went for the 12 tribes of Israel scattered abroad. They didn't go to the heathens. They went to the Israelites that were among the heathens. That's where they went to. They went unto the lost sheep of the house of Israel, which was abroad, scattered abroad. But the first thing that had to happen was the word had to be spoken unto the Israelites in Israel first. Because it's strange when you, if you go abroad first and then you turn to the people in your own country. You start with your own country and then you go abroad to other people which are also of your nation. But you start with your city, then you go into other cities, and then you go to other countries where your people are also. This is the order, and that was the order by which this truth had to be spread, man. You know. So let me read it again. Acts 11 and 19. Now they which were scattered abroad upon the persecution that arose about Stephen traveled as far as Phoenice and Cyprus and Antioch, preaching the word to none but unto the Jews only. So this truth was only being taught to the Jews, man. But they were scattered abroad, and the remembrance of them was ceased, man. They didn't remember that they was Israelites. So everything was spiritual, man. The things that happened was spiritual. I'm gonna finish it up, because you also gotta understand that why were these guys so mad, man? Why were these guys so mad that they went into the to the Israelite foreigners? Because the Israelite foreigners, they was worshiping other gods, man. They was worshiping Greek gods. So according to the Israelites living in Israel, the Israelite foreigners was not worthy. But due to the actions of the Israelites in Israel, because they hated Yahushua, they made themselves not worthy of everlasting life. So they was jealous, man. They was jealous. And Romans, let me see, Romans 10, Romans 11 and 11. It shows you that, man, that it was to provoke them unto jealousy. Romans 11 and 11. I say then, have they stumbled that they should fall? The Jews living in Israel, have they stumbled that they should fall? The Most High forbid, but rather through their fall is come unto the rather through their fall salvation is come unto the Gentiles, Israelite foreigners, to provoke them to jealousy. To provoke them to jealousy, because hey, all of a sudden the teachers went into other countries to guys that was following Greek gods, man. That to guys that was down with crackers, that were among crackers, that were among Arabs, So this is Mark chapter 15 verse 12. And Pilate answered and said again unto them, unto whom? The Israelites living in Israel. What will ye then that I shall do unto him, whom ye call King of the Jews? And they cried out again, Crucify him. So because of their unbelief, because they stumbled over Yahushua, that's why Paul had to go into the ways of the Israelite foreigners, which were called Gentiles, and that's why it's the mystery of the Gentiles, because this thing is not to be understood by airheads like this, man. It's not given unto him. Like Yahushua said, it's not because it's given unto you to know the mysteries of the kingdom of heaven. The Gentiles is one of the mysteries, man. But unto them it's not given. And this is Satan causing confusion in the midst where brothers are being edified, but thanks to Yahweh Shem Yahushai, even the brothers, the Cape Verdean brothers, was cutting him like, hey, what is your point, man? If you don't understand it, just keep it walking, man. So that was beautiful, man. So Tawada, Yahweh Shem Yahushai, this was another lesson, through the spirit and power of Yahweh Shem Yahushai, and I hope it was edifying, man. Shalom.